Pleasure being here with you. Thank you for speaking with me.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Lisbeth is such a rich character. I mean, she's one of the most complex and interesting characters that we've seen in this young century. Mm-hmm. So which aspect of the character did you find most difficult to step into as an actor?
I think the difficult aspect I found was the aesthetic side of it, was how much people expected you to look a certain way because that's what they'd seen before in previous films, but also from the book. And how much to either include that or not include that. Like I found that quite challenging because I'd never played a character before. Really, that's a complete lie. I've just realised as I say it. But that where people expected you to look a certain way, and you sort of have to get rid of that expectation because everything has to be informed by the character that you're playing and the choices that you're making. And so there's definitely things that we honoured and definitely things that I thought were important to include, but there's also kind of elements of it that I was a bit like, I feel like that's not needed, or that's something that will be put on, that'll wear me as opposed to me wearing it.
How much did you have to separate yourself from the previous incarnations of the character? I mean, are those things that you were already familiar with, and were you trying to step away from them in any conscious ways besides the aesthetic ones?
No, in no conscious way, but you know, I'd watched both Rooney and Noomi's work and thought they were incredible, and loved them as actresses, but also, you know, especially in that role, I could watch them forever. And so very early on, I realised it was not helpful for me in any way to think that I was playing the same character as them. You know, I have inherited parts from other actresses many times over in my career. It's sort of what you end up doing. And so I'm sort of relatively used to kind of living in denial and pretending that it's just me being me doing this role.
What did you learn about yourself most from going through this process?
So much. I learnt so much. I learnt so much from the process of making it about, you know, what was important and about taking care of myself and things like that. But I also learnt so much about myself in relation to Lisbeth and you know, how much we psychologically don't want to face up to the reality of who we are or what our weaknesses are or what our faults are. And her not being perfect allowed me to really kind of think that, you know, I'm not either, which I found really kind of liberating and also alarming.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.